Hi, welcome. We're going to be talking about making and keeping friends, and the age range we're going to be talking about this evening is from children aged about 3 to about 12 years of age. Research shows that people with friends are happier, more successful, and even live longer, while growing up without friends can have serious adverse effects. A child's temperament, such as the level of anxiety, their shyness, their sensitivity, bossiness, poor emotional regulation, or aggression, can interfere with them making friends. Kids who don't have the social skills essential for making and keeping friends are at a greater risk of behaviour problems and actual mental health issues. Kids need to acquire the social skills for making and keeping friends at an earlier age, as many kids are in daycare and learning institutions a lot younger than they were in the past. And our busy lifestyles can make it really hard for kids to make and to keep friends. I always like to say it's never too soon to start teaching your kids how to be a good friend. Very young kids can learn about being a good friend and hearing the messages that good friends treat each other with kindness, and it does really impact on their social skills development. They'll need help to behave respectfully with other kids, but with time we'll internalise how to do this without our guidance. As kids get older, we need to help them to think about their own and others' behaviour. Ask them to reflect if this behaviour is how a good friend would behave, and have really open conversations about this. We as parents can also model being a good friend with our friends and talking at times with kids about why you like being with your friends. As parents, we can support and encourage friendships that are important to your child and look for opportunities to connect with them and with other kids that share their interests, and also those kids that your child has shown some interest in. Help your child to learn sports and games so that they know the rules and can more easily join in and have fun with other kids. This is really important for kids that are more shy, because they often will stand back if they don't know the rules of certain games, because they're not confident then to join in. So by helping them learn sports and games, then they know the rules and they can more easily join in and have fun with other kids. As kids get older, encourage them to invite their friends to your home and help them to feel really comfortable with this by giving them lots of safe space when they do, so that they feel comfortable. When we have other people's kids in our house, it's a good idea to check if they're younger with their parents, to make sure that everybody's on the same page and comfortable with the arrangements. But as kids get older, I don't usually say that this is so important. One thing I do say, though, is that regardless of the age of your child, be really clear about your expectations, your house requests, and know who's in your house and generally what's going on. This level of supervision can be adjusted based on the ages and maturity of the children. Regulating emotions is such an important friendship skill, and that is what helps us to control our impulses, to wait our turn, and to express emotions in appropriate ways. And I guess I know, certainly from my work, that many kids and adults too often need some extra support with this. As kids grow and become teenagers, you can help them to practice their emotional regulation. You could teach them the STOP strategy, which you can Google. It's developed by Carol Vivian. But essentially what the STOP acronym is about is stopping, pausing, observing, pulling back, putting things into perspective, and then practicing what works. So that's your acronym. So what are we doing? We're stopping, pausing, observing, pulling back, and putting things into perspective, and then practicing what works. So in addition to teaching our older kids to stop, to regulate emotions, we also need to teach kids how to understand how other people feel. And this can be really hard for some kids to learn. But you can help your child to better understand other people's feelings for younger kids reading books and talking about life situations with older kids and discussing how different people might feel in different situations. But we also want to teach kids to observe people's body language, their facial expressions, and their tone of voice, and explain how these things can be clues to how somebody else is feeling. Help kids learn how to make conversation. Healthy psychological development occurs when kids interact with others. So kids have to learn how to have conversations. And we can teach this to kids. We can teach them good conversation skills by teaching them how to greet people, about the use of eye contact, taking turns to speak, listening when others are speaking, and actually know when to stop talking. So I love to encourage lots of small incidental conversations, and that's how kids learn this, from chats at checkouts to the library to the neighbours, just all those little moments, because that can build their confidence and help make conversations seem less scary. I always love to say encourage your child to participate in out-of-school activities, because this also helps them learn about friendships and develop good friendship skills, because it does take time and practice. I do caution that not all friendships are good for kids. Unhealthy friendships can lead to kids feeling negative about themselves instead of feeling supported and valued. And we need to remember to help our kids to recognise what a good friendship looks like by talking about, again, like I've said before, how good friends behave, and that good friends behave in kind, respectful and inclusive ways. We want kids to have a variety of different friends, and that's really, really protective for our kids. And also remembering that misunderstandings between friends is common, and most of the times kids can resolve it on their own. But when children experience these scenarios over and over again, it might be suggestive that there's some social skill or problem-solving challenges there for them. Also, there's some psychological disorders such as autism spectrum and social phobia, for instance, which does interfere with kids' ability to make friends, as well as kids with some developmental delays. They can often need a bit of extra support, and you might want to talk to your child's school to seek help in supporting your child if that's the case for you. If it's more than that, if social situations are really difficult for your child, you might be tempted to avoid or ignore them. But burying our head in the sand, so to speak, won't make this go away. And we really need to be realistic about our kids' unique personalities and temperament, as this guides how much social interaction they will seek out. Just because we might have lots of friends, it doesn't mean our child will want or need them too, nor does it mean that there's a problem. It's not unusual for introverted kids to make a few really good friends instead of having lots and lots. I think it's always hard as parents when our normal doesn't line up with your child. So remember, your child is doing the things they want to do, and if they're seemingly happy and well adjusted, that's all we can ask for. I have heaps more information that you might find useful in my Skillful Parent Happy Child book, which is out now, or my Foundations course. And don't forget to subscribe, like and share this video. Thanks for watching.